everyone, welcome ladies and gentlemen to a new episode of today's Youth, and today we're delighted to be joined by Nagwa. She is a graduate of Law and International Relations. She will tell us more about her education and her current career path. Thank you for joining us, Nagwa.
Thank you for having me.
Nagwa, tell me, why did you choose law and international relations and human rights as your major field of study? I mean, you studied at the Faculty of Law at the beginning and you graduated, and then you continued in the same line studying human rights, international relations. Tell me more about your choice of these specific fields.
I believe it's all connected, whether it's business, politics, or law. They're all connected, and law affects everything else. So if you need to attract foreign investors, you need to change the law. You need to have a productive environment to attract investors. If you want to help the poor, you need to change the laws and come up with new rules for NGOs to help the poor and people in need. So it's all connected.
Right. Tell me more about your career. What are you doing currently since your graduation, and what are your future dreams and plans?
I finished university and then I moved to India. First, I volunteered with the UN and several other NGOs in helping people with disabilities and women empowerment. We help battered and abused women, getting them out of sticky situation, and providing them with legal counsel or business counsel on how to have their own business so they wouldn't be in need. And then I started working professionally with an international company. I worked in international relation and expansion. So I helped them open new branches in different countries. Then I moved back to Egypt and I started working as a lawyer and then legal translation, and then I moved back to the NGO sector.
Right. Tell me more about your job in the NGO sector.
So mainly I work in fundraising. So there are grants and we have several projects. I write the proposals and I go for meetings to receive grants. And then I worked in project management. So these funds we get, we have to spend them. Let's say we want to build a new school, if we're working on education, or if we're working on women empowerment. We have new projects on how to help women start their own projects, basically entrepreneurship, or if we're fighting FGM, so different sectors.
Right. Tell me more about fundraising and how do you conduct fundraising events, or how do you reach your goal and target with regards to fundraising?
Oh, there are several ways. First of all, there are grants. So there are international entities you can apply to and you can get grants and funds. The second thing is we have fundraising events, as you said. It could be running projects and we have to depend on sponsors and people participating, or it could be job fairs, what else? Or book fairs, different events depending on the project itself. So a couple years back we had a fundraising event for Magdi Ya'oub for heart awareness and health awareness, and we had several marathons in Alexandria. And we had mega sponsors for that event. Mm-hmm. So this is how we got the fund.
And how do you manage such an event, a fundraising event? How do you sponsor? How do you promote? How do you work on it? I mean, do you do this job yourself?
I have a team that does this with me. Mm-hmm. But first of all, we decide on which project we're going to raise funds for. Mm-hmm. And then we look at different options. What are we going to do? And then we start promoting for it. And then we go to sponsors and we say, oh, this is a project, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, or you're getting tax deduction, depending on each sponsor and what they want. Do they want exposure, they want tax deduction, or it's simply for CSR? And then we work on the general public through promotion, whether it's online or offline. And then we
and how do you do I mean, how do you reach the audience? How do you reach your audience?
Social media campaigns, basically, and word of mouth.
Right, and this is on social media. What about marketing your event otherwise, other than social media?
It depends on how big the event is. It could be TV, it could be radio, it could be flyers, general word of mouth, depending on other NGOs as well, and collaboration.
How do you use the media? I mean, the TV and radio, for example.
Sometimes there are stuff with mega corporation, and they promote for us.
Through advertising?
Yes.
Direct advertising, or
Yes.
through programs?
Direct advertising.
Right. Okay, we're going to go to a short break, and we'll be right back to continue our discussion on youth empowerment and promoting and fundraising and promoting events and so on. Thank you so much, and we're going to go to a short break, and we'll be back.
بينا الحدود مسير الغايب يعود وتلمس ايده بحضار مصر قريبة وأوان ايدك جواها الغريب ما بالك وانت القريب اخويا وصاحبي
وانت ماشي في مصر شايف ألف ضحكة بتناديك وانت ماشي في مصر عارف انها فرحانة بيك قولي فين الغربة وانت وسط اهلك مش بعيد ده الفرح لو زار ديارك يلقى جوه ديارنا عيد يلقى سعد الشدة
سلمى يا سلام رحنا وجينا بالسلام سلمى يا سلام رحنا وجينا بالسلام نهار وليل مصر الصحية تبارك فينا النوم تقابل ناس بالمحبة تزيد الشوق يدوم في مصر تقول من صباح الكل عليك حبيبي يا غالي لسان الناس بالكلام الحلو ينقط سكر حالي كل شي فيها طيب فيها حاضر فيها طيب فيها يتلاقوا الأحبة وبين قلوب الناس تطيب نهار وليل مصري صحية تبارك فيها النوم
وانت ماشي في مصر شايف ألف ضحكة بتناديك وانت ماشي في مصر عارف إنها فرحانة
سلمى يا سلام رحنا وجينا بالسلام سلمى يا سلام رحنا وجينا بالسلام
Welcome back. I'm still with my guest Nagwa Elshenawy. We were talking about youth empowerment and, of course, your study of law and your being engaged in a lot of work related to youth. And tell me more about how do you see the significance of youth empowerment and how the Egyptian leadership is giving attention to the youth and a lot of activities is being held for them.
Yes. Right now, we have more governors, ministers from the youth than we've ever had in Egypt's history. There are a lot of initiatives that happened in the last 10 years to empower youth, whether it's the presidential leadership program or allowing youth to participate in management of international events that are happening here in Egypt, or youth conferences. Not only do they empower youth, they help to promote tourism.
Yeah.
Like the World Youth Forum.
Right. How do you assess the presidential leadership program, for example, and its significance to the youth?
Well, the way I see it, nothing like this has ever been done in the MENA region. They empower youth through teaching them leadership skills. They teach them about politics, economics. You'd hardly find something like this in any normal place. Before 2013, we really didn't care much about the youth in an aspect of empowering them. More of you graduate from university and then you try to find a job and that's it.
Yeah.
No one thought that youth were capable of being in political positions. But now there are a lot of youth in political positions. A lot of them are handling mega corporations. Egypt is working on empowering entrepreneurs, especially youth entrepreneurs.
Right. Tell me, how do you see the youth conferences that were held here in Egypt? Several youth conferences and the International Youth Forum was held here in Egypt, also as part of youth empowerment to give the youth a chance to mingle with other nationalities and exchange their views and ideas and experiences. How do you see the significance of those conferences?
I think it's a fantastic opportunity, because youth don't tend to mingle outside of their circles, whether it's your school or university, or if you go to a social club. These are all the people you know, and people, you'd find them from similar class than you. When you attend or work in an international conference or a youth conference, you meet people from different social backgrounds from all over Egypt or even international countries. So you get to know more about their culture, their heritage. You get to widen your network. This is going to help you a lot in work.
Mm-hmm. We have some of your photos displayed here. You've been attending COP27?
Yes. All the volunteers in COP27 were from youth. And it was an amazing opportunity. Not only did we get to help our country look at its best, we got to meet international figures. International presidents came and attended. I still have friends till now from the international volunteers that came to work with us.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great opportunity.
Still, we have some other photos for
yes,
you?
This picture was with Antonio Guterres. After the conclusion of COP27, he came and took a picture with all the volunteers. It was amazing.
Next, please. Right, that's all what we have. So tell me more about your experience at COP27. What did it add to you?
It was hard work, but it was interesting, and it was very delicate work because you have people from different backgrounds than you, and you have to learn how to handle them. These are very important soft skills. If you don't learn them early, you're going to have problems at work in general. So to anyone who does not volunteer, I would highly recommend doing so, because they give you the most important soft skills to go to work. I met some international figures and we got to discuss politics. There were a lot of sessions that we organized or we attended about current world events, like Oceana's about to drown. It was amazing. It was a fantastic opportunity that I'm really grateful for.
Right. Do you think youth around the world have the same common challenges and the same dreams?
Yes, pretty much yes. Everyone wants to, mostly, they want to graduate, find a decent job, travel a bit around the world, and then settle down in their country or different country. We're all humans. We have we have similar dreams, maybe different aspects of those dreams, but the core is similar. I think MENA region, they have it a bit tough due to international circumstances and internal circumstances. But what I'm proud of is that Egypt is doing a lot to empower the youth to overcome these circumstances, whether it's helping fighting poverty through Haya Karima, or helping young entrepreneurs through Interlock, or helping the agriculture sector, or the industrial sector through IBDA. There are a lot of these are companies, of course, but there are a lot of initiatives.
Right.
Like right now, there is a tax exemption of 5 years for entrepreneurs. Most people
For new
didn't-
startups.
Yes, they
Right.
people don't know about that. But this
5
is
years exemption from taxes for anyone who is going to start a new project.
Yes.
This is very good news for any entrepreneur who would like to start.
Yes, definitely. And this also
great.
helps attract investors, maybe not mega investors, but youth investors from all over the world. They can come and invest here in Egypt. This is going to help us get foreign currency. This is a good chance for employment.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Nagwa Elshenawy. Many thanks for joining us today, and all the best of luck, dear.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Today's Youth. Don't forget to join us next week, same time. Till then, goodbye.